What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're having a good day because I'm having a great one. Personally, I am a console player and I like console, but in the future, I'm looking to upgrade to PC when I can. But if you're also enjoying Overwatch on the console, you might be running into some problems with the player base. Now, this topic isn't covered that much, but I still think it's important to talk about the people who are on console using a keyboard and mouse. There's a whole thing surrounding how much you really shouldn't do that. For starters, it's using an entirely different method of control. A keyboard and mouse is as different from a console controller as you can get. For starters, the joysticks of the controller make it easier to enjoy some games that really embrace the control scheme, but for FPSs it stands to reason that you won't get as accurate nor dynamic controls as on PC. Personally, I like playing on console because the buttons are easier to instinctively hit and are more defined from each other rather than on PC where the buttons are in rows and it's much easier to mispush the wrong button, but that's probably only just a me problem. When it comes to cursor accuracy, there is no contest. Computer mouses are very clearly the winner because of the accuracy you get from the entire hand movements rather than just your thumb. Because of this, you can actually say that using a joystick makes it incredibly hard to get the pinpoint accuracy that you would get with a mouse. Now, we've laid out the groundwork for controllers versus mouses without getting into the whole PC versus console debate, because I really don't care what platform you play on, all of us here play Overwatch and that's enough for me. Anyways, with the stuff I just talked about, we can fully understand the reasoning about why using a mouse on console is just flat out cheating. So, I don't know what drives these people to go out and buy a keyboard and mouse adapter. I mean, these things are really expensive, going from $70 to $200, and that's just the cost of the adapter. For a good mouse and keyboard, the cheapest thing I could find was about $38, so why would someone go out of their way to spend an additional $100 on top of the $80 they just spent for the game? Well, there are a lot of potential reasons. Maybe they don't like using the controller. Well, okay, but we're all using controllers and we're not complaining, so what makes them so special? Next, they might feel like trolling console players by using a superior capability of a mouse and keyboard, but it would be quite expensive just for trolling. My favorite reason by far, which I will be assuming is the case for everyone, is that they suck so badly on PC that they switch to console using their mouse and keyboard so they can feel good about their skills. This probably isn't the case for everyone, but it's funny, so I'm using it. So, how can you be so garbage on PC that it makes you go out and buy Overwatch on console and an adapter? Simple, you just be me. In all seriousness though, we don't have much of a clue why these people do this, but it's quite clearly for some reason, probably involving having a potato PC or starting to switch over to PC so they can get some practice, which is BS by the way. Regardless, it's pretty clear that this is something that's been happening a lot recently, judging from some reports on the forums and personally, some pretty sketchy widow kill cams I've come across myself. Now, I might just be salty, or there could really be something going on when I used to see a Platinum Widowmaker do uncharacteristically well on console. Back then it could have just been Janks, but he's in Masters, so I doubt it. With consoles still not having a traditional report system, this kind of thing will only keep increasing until that gets done, which should be happening pretty soon. So, when asked about their opinion on the subject, Blizzard said that they openly dislike the concept of using mouses on console. They either want console manufacturers to disable the capability, or they want all consoles to make it openly compatible for everyone to use. This seems pretty fair in of itself. The problem with the latter, however, is the kind of pay-to-win thing that would promote. Want to beat some poor 13-year-olds on console? Use your adult job-earned money to buy an adapter, mouse, and keyboard, and the game practically plays itself. Now, is this technically cheating? I know I used the word cheating already. Well, someone on the forums compared it to someone on a bike saying that driving is cheating. That would make sense if it was cross-platform, everybody using different kinds of gear on the same servers. The real analogy is if there was a bike race and someone got in a car and drove to the finish. I think at that point it's considered cheating. However, no matter how much Blizzard dislikes the concept of using a mouse and keyboard, Sony and Microsoft are open to the concept and are already promoting it. Sony has its own bundle keyboard and mouse thing, which would be totally up my alley by the way, but this proves that the console manufacturers don't really see it as a problem. There will be this power struggle, but really, if people get banned on console for using a keyboard and mouse, there's nothing that can be done from Sony or Microsoft, so in the future, I think it's a pretty good idea to get used to that controller before the ban system comes live. I hope you enjoyed the video. I find it a pretty fascinating topic, and I think I'll cover more of it in the future. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a rating, and do you play on console? If you do, tell me your thoughts about the whole thing down below. Want to see more? Hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you never miss another video. There's tons of Overwatch on the channel, so be sure to check all of that out too. This is Carter signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day.